The governor touched only briefly on ethics reform, but he did once again mention proposing banning outside income for lawmakers, closing the LLC loopholes to restore the public's faith in the legislature. But again, he only mentioned it in passing, and it seemed to get a rather lukewarm response from all the lawmakers sitting there. So you have in the past brought that up, that you think that's an idea worth looking at. But do you think there's not a lot of support among lawmakers?
Well, I can only speak for myself on that, Tom. I think we've made reforms here as far as the pension reform. That was an amendment to the Constitution last year. Big step forward. It's a deterrent to, I think, to public officials when there's possible bad behavior involved. I also believe it's personal responsibility. We have to, our electorate has to elect responsible people. We need to get out there and elect responsible people. But I have always said that banning or severely limiting outside income, I believe will help it. It helps in the process. It gets rid of a lot of conflicts in certain areas, and just disclosure. I think we definitely keep, as public officials, we have to keep disclosing, telling what we're doing. I think that keeps us honest, and we need to do more on it. We need to build upon that, and I would definitely support a proposal to ban or severely limit outside income for lawmakers.
Do you think there's an appetite among the other lawmakers to do that?
We'll have to see. I think we'll see in this session more about it.
And speaking of ethics, there was no mention during his State of the Corruption trials coming up this year for some of the close associates of the governor accused of bid rigging for state projects and contracts. The governor hasn't been accused of any wrongdoing, but are you and other lawmakers worried at all that this cloud hanging over Albany could be a huge distraction this year when you have so much work that has to be done?
I don't think it's going to be a distraction much at all. Just speaking on the Assembly side, my colleagues, I think we'll continue to do what's right and work in a bipartisan way with the executive, with the Assembly, with the Senate to get a responsible budget that addresses many of the concerns that New Yorkers have. And I just don't see it as that much of a distraction.